to grow your business profitable, to grow your business faster, and to be a process-driven company, all right, I tell to all my listeners that we must have an ERP software.
One of the biggest benefits of ERP is that it is a powerful data hub. An ERP system allows you to collect, store, and analyze data across your operations in one centralized location, providing a single source of truth and feasibility to act more strategically. ERP offers data connectivity within your productivity tool, your e-commerce platform, and even your customer engagement solutions. It also helps you connect all your data for better insight that would help you optimize your processes across your entire business. A modern ERP solution offers flexibility of flexible deployment options, improved security and privacy, sustainability, as well as low-code customization. But most importantly, it will build continuity and resiliency into your business and processes through insight that will help you innovate at a rapid rate, a much faster rate actually, while also preparing your business for what is to come tomorrow. Today, I'm glad to have Mr. Sudhir Sumanai, the CEO and the founder of E-Resource ERP with us in the studio. Welcome, Mr. Sumanai.
Thank you, Saji, and thank you for having me here.
It's good to have you in the studio. All right, so let's get to it. Before we get into talking about ERP, I've said a lot in regards to what ERP can do for businesses. Let's talk about you, Sudhir. What do you do?
Saji, I'm the CEO and founder, as you introduced me, of E-Resource ERP. All right. If you to ask me what I do, I am primarily, I would say I am a technical person by heart.
Okay.
That's my domain.
Okay.
All right. So business development is something that we do. All right. But I'm coming from a school of thought whereby, I am more into technology. All right. And that's what fascinates me more. All right. So yes, if you were to ask me about me, I'm a technical person. So
okay.
I'm the maker of this product, E-Resource ERP.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you talk about ERP, there's a lot of processes involved. As a technical person, how do you get into developing the E-Resource ERP?
It's a story, okay, that goes back, way back 1996, 97.
That's a long time ago.
A long time ago. I started my career with JD Edwards, based out of UK, Central London. All right. And JD then was number 2 ERP company in the world after SAP. All right. So I was fortunate to be part of JD Edwards. And that's where I got into the ERP space. All right. And I worked with JD, the partner of JD based out of UK, Central London. And 5 years with JD, came back to India for good. And that's where the idea of starting a product company, primarily an ERP company, actually came to my mind. And that's the beginning of E-Resource ERP.
So there is a global perspective to your understanding of ERP because of your experience working with JD.
That's right.
Okay, so tell us, what are ERPs?
ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning.
Okay.
All right. Now, what is an enterprise? Okay, a company which could comprise of multiple branches. Each branch can have multiple divisions. Each division can have multiple departments. All right.
Yeah.
So from the bird's eye view, all right, a company with their branches and division and different department with sales, purchase, inventory, financials, human resource, production, shop floor management, project team. So if you look from the bird's eye view, this is an enterprise. Now, if you look at the complex enterprise, assuming there's a holding company, and under the holding company there are multiple branches or multiple companies. And each company would further have branches and then the division, okay? So if you look from the bird's eye view, so that's an enterprise. But to run an enterprise, you need resources. And resources refers to man, machine, material and money.
That's correct.
All right? But we say that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. All right? So although you may have resources, but if you don't plan your resources, all right, then you cannot execute your business, okay? So what ERP does is, ERP is basically a unified centralized system that promises you to connect all your branches, all your division, all your department under one central system, all right? So that we have just one single system, one single process, all right? And visibility of information is available real time, on time, on target, and at the location parameter. So that's primarily what ERP is, okay?
All right. So with all those complexity, one thing that I know personally that any organization is working towards mostly is profitability. So how do you think businesses and organizations can leverage ERP to achieve profitability?
For most of the entrepreneurs, all right, they feel that cutting cost is a way to make more profit. But
isn't it? One of the ways.
One of the ways, okay.
Okay.
But that's not true, all right? Having a best industry practice, all right? If the organization is a process-driven organization or a system-driven organization, it is not a people-driven organization. So if you have a process and if you have system, okay, and if you have an ERP software, which gives you visibility of all your strategic information at one central marketplace, you know. So when you have this information on time and on target, all right, you can take decision on time. So timely decision will help your business grow faster and more profitable, all right. So I would say yes, with the visibility of information that you get, right, that's the only way where you can take your decision on time, and that will add to profit of business.
So time management, and of course, the faster you're able to make business decision, the rate of profitability get increased.
Yes.
All right, I got that one. All right, so when you're selecting a suitable ERP as a business, as an organization, what should you consider? What are the things that you should look forward to, or that you should look out for in a particular ERP software that you're trying to select?
Sure. ERP, first of all, is not an expense. ERP is an investment, all right? So when you make any investment, you expect an ROI, that is return on the investment.
That's correct.
Right? So if I make an investment, I know that within about few years or within a year, it should give me a return on the investment. Right? So when you choose an ERP company or ERP software, there are few parameters that you have to keep in mind.
Okay.
Number one is the ERP is designed on one of the latest technology. All right. We say DOS is dead, Windows is dying, Internet is the future. All right. And people are all talking about mobility and mobile technology today.
Okay. How does that come to play? I mean, DOS is dead, Windows is dying, and Internet is the future.
Yeah.
What is that? Can you just break that down?
See, way back in 1980s, all right, there was no Windows.
Yes.
It was a disk operating system, which was DOS.
Yes, that's
correct. Today, DOS does not exist.
Yes.
You ask this generation about DOS, they don't even know anything about DOS. All right. And then Windows 3.1 and then Windows 95 and 98 and 2000 and 2020 is all there.
Yeah.
All right. But today, people are all talking about cloud computing. They're talking about internet technology. They want an application which would work on internet, where they can access their business information from anywhere at any time. Mobility, all right.
Portability.
Correct. All right. So an application, an ERP software should be before they select an ERP vendor, they have to make sure that the ERP that they're selecting is designed on one of the latest technology available in computer science, so that even 10 years, 12 years from now, even if you don't upgrade, you're still able to run your business with this software. Number one. Number two is the ERP should work on the cloud. It should work on the premises.
That is the internet side.
internet side. Okay. It should work on the premises. It should work on Windows. It should work on Linux. It should work on Android. It should work on iOS. So it is completely technology independent and platform independent. All right. But to make sure that the ERP works across all the browsers, be it Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera. All right. Very importantly, before selecting an ERP vendor, the experience that they have in the industry that you are into is very important. All right. Because ERP for different industries are different.
Yeah.
For example, a contracting or a construction company, all right? For them, the ERP functions are completely different to what it is for a production or manufacturing company. All right? A contracting company would have something like tendering, estimation, BOQ management, project planning, all the site activities that they do where they request material from the site, they receive material on the site, they transfer material from one site to another site, all the progressive invoice, subcontractor activity, so on and so forth. All right. But if you talk about manufacturing company, so it's completely different. They have the CRM, which is different from a normal CRM that contracting companies using it. Then they have their supply chain management, their procurement management, inventory, material management, production planning, quality control, quality assurance, production management, so on and so forth. If it is a transportation company, okay, for transportation company, it will be like consignment management. It'll be something like tire management, battery management, preventive maintenance of the vehicle, all right? The entire operations management, accident, transshipment, so on and so forth. So ERP for different industries is different, all right? So if you're choosing a vendor, you have to make sure this vendor has good experience in the industry that you are into, all right?
Okay.
And they have subject matter expertise in ERP implementation. Last but not the least is you have to make sure that this ERP company, all right, has good experience in ERP implementation, all right? Generally what happens is about good 90% of the ERP failure which is there today is because most of the ERPs that we know is implemented by third-party implementers and they do not have enough track record. Agents, third-party implementers, all right? And they do not have enough track record in ERP implementation, and that leads to project failure on multiple front. All right. So you have to make sure the implementation team had good experience in ERP implementation. All right. So these are so many parameters that a company should evaluate even before selecting the ERP vendor.
I mean, the last point you made in terms of implementation, so one would have thought that what you should look out for should be more about the particular software itself, not look out so much about who is implementing it for you. But now I understand now, because if you don't have experience in your particular industry, the implementation might not be that smooth, and you might run into trouble in the long run.
You're getting into troubled water.
All right. So now let's talk about E-Resource, the leading ERP software in Nigeria, now in town with local office in Lagos, Nigeria. What sets E-Resource apart as an ERP software?
E-Resource is one product, all right, which is designed on one of the latest technology, all right. It is completely technology independent and platform independent.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, this product is completely scalable, flexible, and it can adapt to any business dynamics, okay, without programming efforts. And this is very important. When I say without programming efforts, is E-Resource is the only ERP software which is designed on zero code framework. When I say zero code, it means that E-Resource is designed on a framework whereby you don't have to touch the line of the code.
Okay.
There's no need to touch line of code, all right? Any alteration, any change management is all on the fly, okay? So this framework is a kind of software factory, all right? When you say factory, what happens in factory? You have the input, there's process, and there's an output.
There's an output,
okay. Now, input is your requirement.
Yes.
In the case of software development, input is your requirement.
Yes.
Process means it has to there's a database that you'll have to create, business logic, and the front-end layer.
Okay.
All right? And then the finished product has to come out. So E-Resource is designed on a framework whereby any change, any alteration, all right, you don't have to touch the line of code, okay? It can all happen on the fly, okay, through some configuration.
Okay.
Okay,
so
it's
configuration, that's the word.
That's the word, okay? So it's designed on a zero code framework,
okay,
right? And that makes this implementation very agile, all right? So vis-a-vis all the other ERPs available today in Nigeria, all right, and all my customers who is listening to this podcast,
yes, all
right, and they would vouch for what I am saying, all right, that the implementation time frame of E-Resource ERP is just 1/3 of any other ERP that is implemented in this market.
Interesting.
Today. Yeah.
Even faster, because if you don't have to code, makes the whole process also faster.
Exactly.
To implement.
Exactly. All right. So the implementation is agile. All right. And there are many projects that we have of late acquired, and whereby the implementation has happened in just about 24-25 days. And that was humanly impossible before. All right. So this is an implementation speed that you have. All right. You get the product which is designed as per best industry practice. All right. The product is scalable, it is flexible, it is agile, and it can adapt to any dynamics without any efforts. All right. And the implementation is all on site.
Wow.
Okay. And as I told you that it works across all the technology, be it Windows, be it Android, be it iOS. So it's completely mobile enabled, completely browser enabled. Okay. So that is one of the main factor why E-Resource has an edge over other ERP, and today that's why probably we thank God that we are one among the leading ERP software in Nigeria.
Fantastic. It's actually good you mentioned that. I also understand that, like you said, you have different packages for the different industries. What are some of the industries that E-Resource ERP caters to? I'm not sure you cover all the industry there has to be. Is there media there?
Okay. Let
Yeah.
me address to that question.
Okay.
E-Resource has been there 17 years now.
Wow.
All right. So in these 17 years, and we have a presence, India is where we have our core development office. All right. We have our sales and implementation office in Nigeria. We have office in Ghana. We have office in Ethiopia. We have office in Ontario in Canada. We have office in UAE, in Dubai. All right. So in 17 years, with over 3,000 implementation that we have done.
Wow.
All right. So we've catered to almost all industries. Okay.
Yeah.
But our strength is primarily in manufacturing.
Okay.
All right. In the manufacturing, discrete and capital goods both. Okay. Our strength is in process manufacturing.
Okay.
Be it pharmaceutical, bulk drug, chemical, so on and so forth.
Okay.
All right. We are very strong in the contracting and construction business. All right. Be it EPC, which is engineering, procurement, and construction.
Yes.
MEP, be it mechanical, electrical, and plumbing.
Yeah.
Or maybe fire and security, or oil and gas. Okay. So in the contracting and construction space, we are there. All right. We are there in the logistics and supply chain, trading and distribution, and so many other services. All right. So yes, these are so many industries that we have catered. All right. In the manufacturing, as I told you, maybe automobile or OEM, just you name it.
And all of these are available also in Nigeria.
All in Nigeria.
That's
all available.
That's really fantastic. Yeah. I think people listening to us will actually be quite excited, because I think what you mostly get is somebody just giving you maybe some sort of one-size-fits-all kind of approach to ERP. Personally, that's what I've been exposed to. And I think it's also good to know that you have core strength in manufacturing sector, industry generally, across different functions and different units of manufacturing. All right, let's dig it a bit deeper. So just by the way of talking about the current landscape, the COVID-19 pandemic affected the world, global economy, and businesses. How does it affect, the industry where you play?
Obviously, COVID-19 had impact across all the industries. But software industries has been more resilient than any other industry.
That's correct.
I should not say this, but COVID-19 came as a blessing in disguise for software companies. Software industries benefited in this COVID-19. Okay? And COVID-19, I must tell you, helped everybody go digital.
That's correct.
Right? The consumers or business who were less comfortable with technology were forced to adopt technology, were forced to transform digitally.
Yeah.
From the ERP perspective, all right, our solutions are extremely critical to the businesses that we serve, all right. So companies were less comfortable before COVID to adapt technology or to get into the technology. Today they have started realizing
they are forced to.
They are forced to, you know, and I would say good 9 on 10 companies who were not digitalized before have become completely technology and they have transformed digitally.
Wow.
So ERP, they've started realizing that how ERP is important for their business, right? And I mean, in the last 2 years, I think we were lucky that, you know, we could actually help a lot of organizations gain excellence, all right, by implementing ERP software.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, being a thought leader and, of course, leading software supplier in the process management industry, how do you advise small businesses who want to digitize their process or want to digitize their organization?
First and foremost, I want all my viewers or listeners to know that E-Resource ERP product is all about operational excellence.
Fantastic.
All right. It's not about small business or large business. Okay. The process for small and large is all the same because, and the departments is still the same because you have sales department, you may have purchase department, you may have inventory department, you have material movement department, you may have accounts, finance, human resource, production, shop floor, blah, blah, blah. All right. It's not about being small or large organization. All right. For you to gain excellence, for you to grow your business, all right, you need to have a system that will promise you to connect all your departments and branches under one central unified solution, and which would give you the information because information is key, okay, for any organization, all right. So where the visibility of information is available for you so that you can grow your business more profitable and more faster. So it's not about small organization and large organization.
It's not the size.
It's not the size because you need to be there, all right? Because you can only grow if you have the best industry practice, all right? And E-Resource ERP comes with the best industry practice. It comes with a standard operating procedure, all right? It comes with one central unified system. And then, over and above, it is basically completely technology and platform independent. So even on your mobile, you can access your business information anywhere at any time and you can take your decision, all right? And data security is all well managed in E-Resource. Okay. So that's why I would say it's not about the size.
It's not about the size. All right, on the final note, for organizations who are considering buying an ERP or switching from the existing one, where do they begin to E-Resource ERP? Where do they begin from and how can they contact you?
We have our office in Lagos in Nigeria, all right? And our office is based out of Ilupiju. Okay. And our regional manager, okay, in Nigeria is Mr. Gauri Shankar. Okay, you can call him Shankar.
Shankar,
right? And Shankar is the one who heads the Nigerian market, all right? He's always available for you, all right? And you can get into our website, www.eresourceerp.com, ERESOURCE, ERP.com. Go into the country, Nigeria, and then you have the contact details of Vijay available. Contact detail of Shankar available.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Mr. Sadia, for our listeners on Africa Business Radio, and of course, everyone listening to this particular podcast, how can they get in contact and do you have any offer for them?
We are a local company in Nigeria, okay? Mr. Shankar is a regional manager, regional head of this country.
Fantastic.
All right. So for all the listeners of Africa Business Radio, all right, we have an offer now, okay? And to know more about offer, please visit our website. You may contact Mr. Shankar and Shankar will be more than happy to help you know about the offer that we have only for the listeners of Africa Business Radio.
Fantastic.
Right? Now, I'm very proud to announce that we are launching SaaS-based, subscription-based model in Nigeria. And subscription is you pay monthly, all right, per user per month, okay. So you don't have to pay about $40,000 and $70,000 per project or whatever, okay. You only pay per user per month, all right. And for the listeners of Africa Business Review, all right, for the limited period, the offer is you only pay for 10 months and 2 months is free.
Fantastic.
To know more, please contact Mr. Shankar.
All right. Thank you so much for that. I'm glad that you're looking into the cost, with the subscription model. Of course, I think this is what leaders does. They try to make it accessible and as much as possible affordable to everyone. The website is www.E-Resource Erp.com if you want to get in contact, and just search for the Nigerian office and Mr. Shankar. You can also contact him directly if you have any inquiry. And of course, you can begin by reaching out to them. Again, www.eresourcerp.com to know more. And if you also want us to connect you to them, especially Mr. Shankar locally here in Nigeria, we'll be happy to do that. Thank you so much for this session. Mr. Sodia, thank you for your time and for sharing so much from your wealth of knowledge with us today.
Thank you, Shaji.
Yeah. All right, before we go, any final thought, any recommendation?
Be it small or large enterprise,
okay,
having an ERP software is not a choice anymore.
Okay.
Right? To grow your business profitable, to grow your business faster, right, and to be a process-driven company, all right, I tell to all my listeners that we must have an ERP software.
Okay. Right? Thank you so much, Mr. Sudia. You heard him. Having an ERP software as an organization is not an option. It's a must. It's mandated. If you want to be an excellence organization, you want to achieve that profitability that you desire in your business or your organization. I think from us, it's goodbye.